who would you rather have on your team? Prime Antonio Brown or prime DeAndre Hopkins?
His clutches and everything with Mark Henry. I mean, wow. WWE, Mark Henry.
The world's strongest man. Performed better than fucking Brock Lesnar, Brock Ewers, whatever the fuck his name is.
Brock Lesnar coming out of WWE.
He was in football. He originally started in football. He was on the Vikings. He was like a lineman.
So, did you? Yeah, I could imagine him spearing people to the ground. Did you?
Flag. Unnecessary fucking illegal touching. You know some bullshit.
Illegal touching?
Some bullshit.
Illegal touching? That's the flag that Josh Hart should have got.
You put Lamar Jackson on the Eagles?
We wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl.
You would come off with?
We wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl because in the biggest moments, in the clutchest moments where you need to clutch up and win, he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have done it.
He would have gave it to his dad. Buddy, welcome back to episode, I believe it's 5?
I think 6.
It's episode 6 of Fourth and Delusion. It's been a little while since the last video, but it's all right. We're back here with another episode, and don't worry, we got tons to talk about. I'll let my co-host here take it away.
How about that Eagles victory? We're back, baby. Super Bowl bound. Nobody's stopping us. That's it.
Are you sure about that? You ever seen that John Cena thing?
Listen, the way I feel right now, I'm gonna be holding up this Eagles logo. I feel like that meme where that guy's like, "We just won a game." I said, come on, baby, turn the lights on. And it transitions to the guy. So, welcome back to Fourth and Delusion. This video is going to be filled with a whole lot of information. First things first, Justin, how do you feel about Joe Burrow's situation? I feel like he's so unhappy with the Bengals, and if they don't get him help next year, I could see him either demanding a trade or demanding a release.
The thing is, when it comes to building an O-line, that's not something that you can just make over the summer. Like, you're not going to build a perfect O-line for him over the summer. It's all going to be on if he trusts the process. There's not really much to say because he's getting injured most of his career. He went to the Super Bowl 1 year, but he just couldn't get the job done. But other than that, his career has mostly just been injuries. So we might be looking at another Andrew Luck situation. And he might say, like, yeah, I'm willing to commit for 2 more years or whatever. And then next year, mid-season, if they're like, let's say they're 2-4, and he's getting fucked up every game, he might just be like, yo, you know what? I don't want to play football anymore. It's really all on how he feels. But yeah, from the looks of it, he's not looking very happy at the situation he's in right now.
Yeah, no, because I really know if he demands a trade or release, I think the perfect fit for him would be the Vikings. The Vikings have his old college player and wide receiver Justin Jefferson. They have a good O-line. My whole thing is, if this happens, is Jamar Chase going to be like, I want out too. You're not going to leave me here to die.
Do you think that they would try to trade him or trade them both together for some type of pack? Either way, whatever team that picks him up is going to have to pay for his contract.
Yeah,
he still has a very expensive contract.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to either cut people or they're going to have to restructure it with him because he's not going to be, he's not coming cheap.
I feel like now you got paid. You know what it's like getting paid. I think it's time you think about taking maybe a little pay cut and, playing for a team that's star-studded and you could just ball out.
I think if the right team gave him an option, yeah, he would take a pay cut. Like, let's say, what's a team that kind of needs a quarterback? I wouldn't say the Jets because anybody who's coming to the Jets, they're gonna want money. They know the team is ass.
First of all, you're gonna go from one shit situation to another shit situation.
Our line is better than Cincy's. I'm not gonna get into the Jets right now because we already know where this is gonna go. Let's go down the Jameis Winston rabbit hole. I'm not gonna do that. But if you put Joe Burrow on, on the Houston Texans, for example, he might be willing to take a pay cut because that defense is star-studded. That O-line is pretty good, and they have a decent team, but you got to deal with C.J. Stroud. Would they trade C.J. Stroud for him, or how would that work? But that was just like an example of a team.
I saw a guy today propose a trade idea, which in my head I was like, no. They said, would you trade Jalen Hurts, Cooper DeJean, and 2 first-round picks for Joe Burrow? In my head, I'm like, no way. Cooper DeJean, elite cornerback, elite, top 5. Then Jalen Hurts, he's a great fucking quarterback. All right,
so
he's great.
You would rather have Jalen Hurts over Joe Burrow?
All day, every day.
That is crazy. So you don't think if you got Joe Burrow on the Eagles, you don't think that your Super Bowl odds would skyrocket?
Not as much as they are right now. We have better odds with Jalen Hurts. I'll give you one even better. If Jalen Hurts was on the Ravens team last year, he would have got them to the Super Bowl. Mic drop.
Nah, that's crazy too. You give so much. I can't even think of the word. You give so much props to just Jalen Hurts alone. It's not just Jalen Hurts. You're forgetting that he's surrounded by some of the best position players in the league.
And you're telling me Lamar Jackson wasn't last year? Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, running back, yeah, he had arguably number 2 running back, but Mark Andrews was not a top 5 tight end last year. I don't even believe people. Zay Flowers was a top 5 receiver last year.
You had Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely, 2 of the best tight ends in the league right now, and you're not taking advantage of having both of them on the team. Eventually, when you
look at it,
Mark Andrews is gonna leave that team.
If you go back to last year when the Ravens were in the playoffs, Lamar had the chance to win the game. It all fell into Mark Andrews' hands, and this motherfucker dropped the catch. You can't blame that type of shit on Lamar Jackson.
That wobbly ass, non-accurate throw that he gave him.
It's crazy that you're saying that because, if Jalen Hurts threw that exact same pass, you would be like, look at that dart, because that shit was not a wobbly pass. It hit him right in his chest. He caught it, let go to recatch it, and then dropped the shit. You can go back and look at it. That was a beautiful pass. That was all Mark Andrews' fault. That was not Lamar Jackson's fault. And if you put Lamar Jackson on the Eagles, we
wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl.
You would come off with?
We wouldn't have made it to the Super Bowl because in the biggest moments, in the clutchest moments where you need to clutch up and win, he wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done it. He would have gave it to his dad, Saquon Barkley, and he would have won the game like he did with Jalen Hurts last year.
Derrick Henry last year was throwing people around like they were children. He was literally just bulldozing through people, throwing them around, having his best career year. But guess what? Lamar Jackson let him down and getting him there to the big game. For some reason, it's like during the biggest games of them all, Lamar Jackson forgets he could run. He's out here throwing crazy passes, not running the ball. Bro, listen, you're trying to be like Jalen Hurts, we get it. But you can't.
Let me ask you this. Nobody's trying to be like Jalen Hurts because we already know Devontae Smith wide open down the field. That shit is going 15 yards open. Not the point. But would you rather have the Ravens receiving core or the Eagles receiving core?
All right, that's not even a question. Obviously, I would have the Eagles receiving core.
Exactly. So if you give Lamar Jackson that receiving core, obviously he's going to play better.
Would you rather have the Eagles tight ends, or would you rather have the Ravens tight ends?
Dallas Goedert is a beast.
Dallas Goedert is a dog. But who's after Dallas Goedert? Grant Calcaterra?
I don't know that much about the Eagles.
Exactly. You tell anybody what do you think of Grant Calcaterra, their reaction is going to be the same like yours right now. What?
But I mean, Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews are both streaky players. Like, let me look up Mark Andrews' stats right now.
But the thing is, they're both proven tight ends. Mark Andrews is a proven tight end. He's a vet. Isaiah Likely came out of nowhere, and like he's a beast tight end. He's a great tight end.
Yeah, if you look at Mark Andrews' stats right now, bro, this shit is disgusting. Week 1 against the Bills, 1 catch, 5 yards. Week 2, 1 catch, 2 yards. Week 3, 6 catches, 91 yards. 7 for 30, 2 for 22, 4 for 24, 3 for 24, 2 for 22, 3 for 14.
They're clearly not using him this season. Look at his stats last year. Last year, my man was putting up numbers. But this year also, look at the Ravens' record.
But that's also not on Lamar Jackson. That's because he got injured. And they had Cooper Rush as backup. I don't know what the fuck they saw in Cooper Rush where they were like, that's the guy. Matter of fact, talking about backups, I want to get into this Dolphins conversation. Now, that's a team that could trade for Joe Burrow.
Now, we could all admit, clearly, after all this time, Jalen Hurts is better than Tua.
Yeah, I think everybody knows that. If you look at all the quarterbacks that came out of his draft, Jordan Love, who the fuck else came out of it? Pretty much every quarterback that came out of his draft is way better than Tua. Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts came out of his draft too.
Yeah, but he came in the second round.
But what my thing is I know people are going to say that I'm crazy, but they have Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson had moments of brightness on his little stretch with the Jets. He's able to move the ball down the field. With that team, I feel like he would perform better than Tua.
Well,
and he would perform better than fucking Brock Lesnar, Brock Ewers, whatever the fuck his name is.
Brock Lesnar coming out of WWE.
He wasn't in football. He originally started in football. He was on the Vikings. Right. He was like a lineman.
So, did you? Yeah, I could imagine him spearing people to the ground. Did you? Did you know what the lineup is going to be for quarterbacks for the Dolphins now?
Yeah, it's going to be Quinn Ewers, Brock Ewers. Yeah, I think Zach Wilson and then Tua, or Tua and then Zach.
Yeah, Tua's literally like, don't even get. Mike McDaniel's like, don't even get dressed up for the game. All right, Tua, like just
don't even get it. Just stay home. Just even fucking.
You could show up to the game. You could show up to the game, but you got to buy a ticket.
But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. I think Zach Wilson deserves.
I personally think if Quinn Ewers can't do nothing in that Mike McDaniel offense, which is literally quarterback friendly, like Tua, the fact that you're doing this bad means there's no hope for you. If you go to a Kevin O'Connell, to a Mike McDonald, to a Sean McVay, and you can't play as a quarterback, Lord of mercy, you need help.
The thing is, with the amount of concussions that he's had, I feel like, that does start to fuck with you, in your personal life and in your football life.
Listen, I agree with you 100%. The second he calls hike, he's not looking for wide receivers that are open. He's looking at which motherfucker's coming after him.
Yeah.
The second he sees a little bit of pressure, he's going to drop back 15 yards, and then he's going to heave it down the field to a receiver who's probably not even open.
And that's my problem too with, like, not to switch topics, but that's my problem with Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart, I honestly love watching him play. I love Cam Scatterboo, but the way the two of them play is very entertaining. But it's not like, you're not gonna have longevity if you continue to play like that.
But you know what the difference is between Tua and Dart? Is Tua's built more like prepared for contact. He's looking for that contact. Whereas like Tua last year, somebody got him to the ground and he bopped his head and he started doing what he was doing. You don't want to see.
Like,
I was gonna say, you don't want to see any player start curling his fingers and doing this shit, because I saw CeeDee Lamb doing that too when he went to the ground.
That was like about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes. Now my whole thing is Jackson Dart. He sees the pressure coming. He's preparing for it. So him and Scatterbo are kind of preparing for it. Again, like you said, their career is not going to be long. Cam Scatterbo 4 years from now, he's going to have to hang up the cleats, hang up the jersey. Say, it was a good run, guys.
He's definitely going to be a certified crash out in a couple of years. I guarantee that.
100%. 100%.
But, as far as the Dolphins and their situation, if it was up to me, I would say fuck it. I think Zach Wilson deserves a chance, to show what he's got. Because even after he left the Jets, he went to the Broncos, he saw no action. They had trash-ass Russ in, because Russ was playing like shit on the Broncos.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a shot. On this team, he'll be able to make it entertaining. I guarantee you that.
I think if Quinn Ewers doesn't do anything in the next 2 weeks, I think the last game of the season, you might just see them say, all right, you know what, Quinn Ewers, you're going to go to the bench now, and Zach Wilson, you're going to start. I have a question for you. They haven't fired Mike McDaniels yet. Do you think he's keeping his job as a coach for that team?
First of all, I just think, like, if they do wait for the last week of the season to start Zach Wilson, it's not going to matter, because he's not going to be playing for real. The team is not going to be playing. It wouldn't make sense. If like I said, if it was up to me, I would start him now and let him play till the end of the season, just to see if we're going to keep him, because obviously Tua is on his way out. So right now it's looking like the quarterback room is going to be Ewers and Wilson.
The thing is, you can't get rid of Tua. He signed that massive contract that you gave him, like a year ago? He still got another 2-3 years left on his contract.
He's not going to be starting, I know that.
No, he's not going to be starting, but who are you going to trade him to? What team's going to willingly say, we'll take him on with his contract? Bring me Tua and his $53 million contract right over here. I'm excited for that.
They're going to have to keep him then, like Kirk Cousins. That's another expensive backup. Super expensive backup.
They're going to have to do exactly what the Broncos did with Russell Wilson. They released him, had to pay him. I think they're still paying him now. They were paying him so much for that dead cap space that they had to pay him for.
I think it was like $85 million or something, right?
Disgusting. Yeah, it was disgusting. And I think you can only extend that to 2 to 3 years. You can't kick the can more down the road.
I mean, at this point now, I think the Broncos are pretty satisfied with the choice they made by booting him off the team. Because look at them now; they're tied with the Patriots for the best record at the AFC.
I don't trust in Bo Nix, but that's a whole different story. But go ahead.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure they're happy with the choice they made, even though they still might be paying Russell Wilson. They're like, fuck it, at least he's out of here, and we got a better opportunity with Bo Nix. But yeah, to add on to what you said, I don't really trust in Bo Nix that well either. It's like a Eagles situation where the defense is winning a lot of these games, and people are like, yeah. Well, I don't even know if people are really saying Bo Nix is like that. But I know, for example, you are like, yeah, Jalen Hurts is like that. When in the real life situation, it's the defense getting them the ball back consistently.
Jalen Hurts is like that. See, that's the point that you're missing out there. I just saw a statistic that he threw the most touchdowns in this first 3 or 4 seasons in the league. And it's like, dude, come on. Like, you gotta cut this guy some slack, man. Jalen Hurts has went to the Super Bowl. He has won the Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl champ. He's probably going back there again now because this offense looks like they're actually humming again.
No. Calm down, because you guys just finished playing the 2-11 Raiders, who literally have to lose on purpose to continue to get a high draft pick. When you play the Bills, an actual team that needs to win, we'll see how you guys perform.
Oh, and when they beat the Bills, I hope you know what's gonna happen. We're gonna get right on this podcast, right? I'm gonna call a tattoo artist over here and have him tattoo Jalen Hurts' name right here on my chest. No, that's not gonna happen.
That's great. That sounds like a you think.
But we will get back on this podcast, and I will tell you in your face, I told you so.
That's cool. You guys got like an easy walk into the fucking playoffs. That's cool. You guys are not making it out of the playoffs.
Yeah, we are. Oh, yeah, we are.
You're not making it to the Super Bowl.
Trust me.
It's not going to happen.
Jalen Hurts, he becomes, I don't know, like a different animal, a different beast.
Yeah.
When he knows the game's
They call it a trash monster. With all these picks and overthrown balls that he throws.
Yo, he has one bad game, and you're going to hover that over his head for the rest of his career.
Stop with the one bad game. He's had multiple games. By halftime, he had like 50-something yards.
And guess what? He still ended the game with over 100 yards.
Well, I would hope so. I think most quarterbacks can finish the game with over 100 yards.
Yeah, and he did.
Especially with that star-studded team. Again, you put Jalen Hurts on the Ravens last year, they're not going to the Super Bowl.
They are. Jalen Hurts on the Ravens last year, his clutches and everything with Mark Henry. WWE, Mark Henry.
The world's strongest man.
Mark Henry, Derrick Henry, they're both tossing people around like little kids.
Nah.
No. You put him on that team. You put them on that team, they're 100% making it to the Super Bowl. 100%. That's not even without a doubt. Because Jalen Hurts has that clutch factor that Lamar Jackson doesn't. Lamar Jackson, when it comes down to it, he knows the game's on the line. He's going to be scared to do half the things he does now.
Jalen Hurts is not making it to the Super Bowl. He's not passing Patrick Mahomes with the Ravens team. When that Ravens defense, that secondary is not as good as the Eagles secondary in their defense. He would sell on offense and they would sell on defense, and then they would just get blown out.
No, they wouldn't, because I already told you the first Super Bowl that Hurts went to, he went toe for toe against Patrick Mahomes.
With
what
defense?
For that bullshit.
With what defense?
We had James Bradbury, who was getting cooked like every single play. But if it wasn't for that bullshit hold that Patrick Mahomes overthrew him, and the refs were like, "Look, we gotta save our daddy." Flag.
You can't say that when they do that for the Eagles.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Consistently bailing out Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts with a 15-yard overthrown ball, and they're like, "Oh my God, Jalen Hurts overthrew it. Flag. Unnecessary fucking illegal touching." You know some bullshit.
Illegal touching?
Some bullshit.
Illegal touching? That's the flag that Josh Hart should have got.
Josh Hart is wild for doing what he did. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the video of Josh Hart and the Knicks when they won the NBA Cup.
Disclaimer, guys, we're an NFL podcast. We talk about the NFL. But when something crazy, like a grown man shoving his finger up another grown man's ass happens, we got to talk about that. Because, listen, apparently they're good friends, right? Justin, I consider me and you good friends.
Nah. We're not that good of friends. I don't think I have a friend or a family member in my life that I would be okay with them doing that.
Imagine we get an award for Best Podcast of the Year award, right? And you're holding the trophy up, and I just get right behind you, and I give you a little...
I would have the same expression Jalen Brunson had. What the fuck? You seen how quick Jalen Brunson turned around, too? He was like, yo, what? Are you fucking serious?
Yo, he had a hip thrust, and then turned around and was like...
Oh my god, but nah, that was crazy. But really quick, I told you about this idea, well, I think like a week ago. But to the fans, this will be new news. Chat, I had the idea that an NFL team should go to Japan. I don't know how it works, bringing people into the NFL, if you got to do like, you know, a whole process or whatever. But I was telling Dino, they should go to Japan and like scout sumo wrestlers and bring like 2 or 3 motherfuckers over and put them in the NFL. Put them on your O-line. Put them on your D-line. Their whole job is literally pushing people around. I've seen it. If you guys have ever seen the movie with Keanu Reeves called The Replacements, they did that shit. They had this big sumo dude and he was killing people on the line. I think he was on the offensive line. But I really feel like that would be a smart thing for the NFL team to do. If I was like the Browns or something, I'd be like, fuck it.
Fuck that. The Bengals.
Here's my money. Take it. Go to Japan.
The Bengals.
The Bengals too. Yeah, that's true.
If I'm the Bengals,
Joe Burrow, look, I know you're gonna think I'm crazy, but we got an idea, and you're gonna need to take a pay cut. And he'd be like, what? Like, hold on, sit down. Let me break it down for you. And then it'd be one of those situations where it's like, that's crazy. So crazy that it just might work.
It just might. You see Joe Burrow out here like, all right, my line's looking a little better. My line's looking a little better.
But
get sacked in 3 seconds.
Instead of 1 second, it's 3 seconds. But nah, no lie. If you put like 3 fat motherfuckers, big sumo motherfuckers that are nice, and give them a nice little contract, it might take a year or 2 for them to actually produce, but...
Well, I don't even know how much sumo wrestlers make now. Because if they don't make a lot, you could just give them a tiny bit more than what they're already making now. And next thing you know, you got sumo wrestlers on your squad. And they're just over here fucking... And they're athletic. For big motherfuckers, they're athletic.
The thing is, too, like, I know that it would be, like, let's say it worked, and we actually won a Super Bowl or something. Every NFL team would be dick riding. We're like, oh, we gotta go to Japan, too. Like, nah, man, I gotta put a copyright on that fucking idea.
Yeah, nah, facts. Instead of them, like, they're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna scout linemen this week. Yup, everyone's to Japan. Like,
it says that they make about $25,000 to $30,000 per tournament.
Per tournament?
Plus,
how many
plus bonuses.
How many tournaments are they having in a fucking year, bro?
Hold on. Top tier wrestlers, and they name somebody, earn significant monthly salaries. $25,000 to $30,000 monthly.
Bro, that's
plus
how much
tournament bonuses. Yeah, plus tournament bonuses.
You go up to him and you tell him, yo, here's a 3-year, $30 million contract.
Oh, yeah, that motherfucker's like, where do I sign?
Bro, you're gonna be like, I'm ready. I am ready. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about all these ACL tears? Specifically, the Packers with the Micah Parsons.
I mean, when it comes to like injuries, there's nothing you can really do besides, you know, obviously for like example, like MetLife Stadium, they need to change the turf. That can be fixed. That MetLife Stadium has had so many injuries in it that it's ridiculous that they refuse to change it. So that's something that could be fixed. But as far as like ACL tears and like concussions and shit, at the end of the day, it's football. You're not going to be able to stop all the injuries. Like, it's sad to see, obviously, yes, when a player's injured, but there's really not much you can do. It's going to get to the point where it's not going to be football no more. If you try to, stop all these injuries, it's going to become flag football. And you already see that in, what is that? Not the All-Star game, but for football. What do you call that? Pro Bowl.
Oh, yeah,
You see it in the Pro Bowl. Like, if you go back into the early 2000s, 2012. They were actually suiting up and they were actually, like, hitting each other. They were playing real football. Fast forward to now, they're running around in T-shirts and shorts. Playing flag football with each other. Like, what the fuck?
They're not even doing anything. They go there just to get their trip their trip paid for to go to Hawaii
and get a little extra money.
Yeah, and enjoy their time out there. Mm-hmm. Enjoy their time out there.
I mean, I understand that, but like, as a player, back then they used to actually play for that shit. Yeah, they used to make it entertaining. Now this shit, I don't even watch the Pro Bowl anymore. I stopped watching it years ago.
You know how much things changed from back in the day to now. Like back in the day, you got drafted to a team, you weren't getting traded to another team. You were gonna stay on that team for your whole career. Like you were loyal. You were loyal to your team. Yeah. Now it's like we just talked about before. Look at Joe Burrow. He's not gonna stay loyal to keep getting injured. He's gonna be like, I want out of here.
I mean, when you get into a certain situation like that, because you don't want to risk your whole entire health being on the same type of situation every year. It's the same thing. I have no O-line. I get hurt. I come back. It doesn't matter. We missed the playoffs. I say next year. I come back. I get hurt. We missed the playoffs. I say next year. Mm-hmm. It makes no sense in wasting your career going through that constant misery of rehab and surgeries, because you got to think about end of life shit, like after football.
But look, that's not fair, because Cowboys fans been doing it their whole life. They start off with, this is our year. They get their hopes up. Their team wins a few games. They start losing. They get kicked out of the playoffs. And then it all starts back to next year. This is going to be our year.
But the thing is, that's fans. They're not really getting paid, and they're not getting hit. So as a quarterback, I mean, they are getting hit, but not on the field. They're getting hit in the parking lot and shit, starting fights. As far as like quarterback wise, they're not getting hit for an hour and a half every day, every Sunday. Yeah. So for Joe Burrow, I understand his pain and where he's coming from. I just hope it's not like an Andrew Luck situation and he retires early, because I'm sure he still has like a good 7-8 years left on him. But yeah, let's talk about another crazy story. 44-year-old Phillip Rivers came back and started his first game. What was that, Sunday?
Yeah.
And honestly, I was rooting for him. I was hoping he was going to ball out. I had him on my parlays. I fucked up. I had him on one parlay. I had him for 150, and another parlay I had him for 175. I said, "Fuck, he's going to ball out, and he's going to look like old Phillip Rivers." He did look like old Phillip Rivers, but not early 2000s. I mean, like old man Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
I seen a play where he snapped the ball and he went to like set his feet and completely just fucking fell over, and like he got up on some old grandpa shit and then just fell forward. Like, that shit was hilarious.
The second he fell over, all the Colts fans in the stadium and watching the game gasped. They're like,
oh shit, he's injured. He died on the field.
Now, what I have to say about him, did you see a pass for more than 20 yards being completed by him?
I think I might have, but it wasn't many. I think it was maybe two.
What's the farthest he could throw right now? Because I doubt if it comes down to it, he's bombing the ball 40, 50 yards down the field.
Oh yeah,
I don't think Phillip Rivers is doing that.
They know not to put him in that situation. They know, like, if it's a big third down or a big second down, throw a short pass, or we're gonna give it to fucking Jonathan Taylor.
But my whole thing is, as a defense, wouldn't I think and be like, all right, we don't need a safety high back there. We don't need anybody back there. If somebody burns us, that's fine. I'm cool with that. If somebody burns us, let him keep running. Because Phillip Rivers ain't getting to him.
You never know, because now he's going to be the starting quarterback if they make it to the playoffs.
I think they are.
So he's going to be the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. So he's just getting in more reps, more workout time. He's throwing the ball more. So you might be surprised if he gets the shot down the field. He might take that shit.
Kids, he might take that shit and underthrow it by 50 yards.
he might. I don't know. Either way, he had 120 yards on his first game back since 2020. 120 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick for a 44-year-old. And he also had 1 carry for no yards. That's the same play I told you he fell over and then got up and fell over again. But for a 44-year-old man who hasn't played in 5 years, 120 yards and 1 touchdown, 1 pick, that's not bad.
What do you think his odds are for over 2-yard rush?
Definitely in positives, plus 100, plus 150 or something. Honestly, I might make that over 0.5 rush yards, and that motherfucker falls forward for 1 yard. Ooh, that's probably $50. $10 turned into 50. That's probably how good the odds are for that shit.
Now, I think before the show started, you gave me a very great question that kind of stumbled me on a couple of wide receivers. You care to ask me that?
Yes. So, chat. Before this podcast episode started, I'm just closing out topics that we talked about. Really quick, shout out to Sam Darnold too. I just wanted to say that 22 for 36, 271 yards, no touchdowns, no picks, and they lost. Zach Wilson. Sam Darnold. Some games,
Delusion.
2 touchdowns. Some games, no touchdowns. He's weird to bet on, but I wouldn't be surprised if he throws 2 touchdowns tonight against the Rams, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I was talking to Dino about 2 probably going down to some of the greatest wide receivers that I've got to watch growing up. I asked him, if it came down to it, who would you rather have on your team? Prime Antonio Brown or prime DeAndre Hopkins? Chat, really quick before we start getting into this conversation, if you made it this far, in the comments below, write who you want. Prime D-Hop, prime AB, and why. Really quick, say why. Dino, I'll let you start first. Who would you take and why?
I was leaning towards AB this whole time, but then I started thinking, yo, D-Hop is nasty. He's more lengthier. He's that type of guy where, if you throw it to him, he could do that one-handed, crazy, acrobatic catch.
Yeah.
Or the one that he had where he caught it between his thigh, where he held onto it between his thigh. Me personally, I think I'm gonna have to go with prime D-Hop.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like you're not alone there. I feel like a lot of people would take prime D-Hop.
Who you going with?
If I had to choose, I'm not going to lie, I'm definitely going with prime AB. Antonio Brown was a different breed. Antonio Brown, I'm 5'8". All right, I put that into retrospect. I think Antonio Brown was the same height as me. So imagine me, Dino, you see the size of me. Pause. Imagine,
I see the size of you.
Imagine me being, top wide receiver in the league, doing the shit Antonio Brown was doing. I'm trying to see how tall he is right now.
That's a tough question because both of them, in their
both of them were absolute dogs. He's 5'10", so he's 2 inches taller than me. So imagine, again, still me, out here running routes, bossing motherfuckers. Like the way he played like he was
You with
like,
heels. You with heels.
he played he played like he was a big dude, and just he was quick. He was able to go up and be aggressive. Yeah, I would go with AB before he got hit by I think it was Vontaze Burfict.
Yeah, on the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with AB after that hit. To get him the fuck away from me, I would take D-Hop here for sure. But it's close. But I would have to take AB. I would definitely take AB. AB was just very electric, but at the same time, they both had two different quarterbacks. Like, you gotta look at the fact of what DeAndre Hopkins was able to do with the rotating carousel of quarterbacks he had compared to Ben Roethlisberger and AB. Ben Roethlisberger and AB, that was it. There was no other quarterbacks in that.
D-Hop had a few years with non-massage Deshaun Watson, or maybe he was getting massage at the time. I don't know, but he had a few years where Deshaun Watson was actually decent, actually good, and he didn't get paid all this money just to not play like shit. But he had a few seasons where he had a pretty decent quarterback, and he was balling out. He really was.
Yeah, even before he had Deshaun Watson, he was balling out with the people that he had on, the other quarterbacks he had, Matt Schaub, and all these random fucking dudes that they would rotate on a weekly basis. It didn't matter who was at quarterback. If you can get the ball in D-Hop's vicinity, that motherfucker's catching it.
He's snatching it. It.
I think that is a good question, though. But if I had to pick, I'm going AB.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it's D-Hop for me. Personally, I think it's D-Hop for me. I don't know.
So again, chat, whatever you think, you type down in the comments below. Who would you take? Prime AB or Prime D-Hop? Let us know in the comments below.
Tell you what, if they had Jalen Hurts as their quarterback,
they probably would have had better careers.
Yeah, no, 100%. But who's playing tonight, and who would you take and why?
Tonight is the battle of the Rams and the Seahawks. I was talking to Mike about this at work today. Both have star-studded offenses. Their offenses are performing at a very high caliber. Both teams are 11-3. They both have very good defenses. I would have to simply give it to the Rams because I love Matthew Stafford. He's absolutely having an MVP season this season. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, they're like unstoppable this season. But shout out to Jackson Smith.
I think Devontae Adams is injured.
Oh,
I think Devontae Adams is injured. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Not 100% sure. Also, this will be airing probably after the game happened already. So, we'll probably give you a few of our predictions. So that when we do air it, we'll see if we were right or if we were wrong. My prediction, I would say Matthew Stafford, 250 plus yards. Sam Darnold, 250 plus yards. Puka, 80 plus receiving. JSN, 70 plus receiving. And to end it all off, Seattle victory. That's a lock. That's a lock right there.
I believe Devontae Adams is playing, but I guess we'll wait and see for sure. But if I had to make a lock for you guys really quick, I would go a safe lock, Matthew Stafford, 200 plus. Sam Darnold, 200 plus. Matthew Stafford, maybe 2 touchdowns. I'm kind of juggling between that and one touchdown. Puka for like 70 plus. Devontae for 40 plus. Jackson Smith for 60 plus. And if you're looking to sweeten it with something else, I might say like Cooper Kupp for 25.
Just Kupp give me an anytime. Give me an anytime touchdown. Who would you put for anytime
touchdown? I'd probably go with Puka. Puka or Devontae Adams. I would have to if I was going with anytime, one of them.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, we're also supposed to have a special guest on, but this man's schedule is very busy, okay? When you're trying to get a former president like Barack Obama on your show, scheduling is going to obviously be a conflict, all right? So I think by next week sometime, we might get him on the podcast. Great guy. I speak to him like every day. I even text with him. Yes, I have a former president's number. Not a big deal. Gosh. But yeah, is there any closing remarks or anything that I might have forgotten there?
I mean, we pretty much touched on everything I had to talk about. Like I said before, as far as that whole Antonio Brown D-Hop thing, whatever you guys feel like, make sure to put it down in the comments. We love to see your guys' feedback and hear what you guys got to say about the podcast. Any comments, questions, topic suggestions, leave it in the comments and we read them. So we're going to see it.
Yep.
All the hate, all the Eagles hate, all the Jets hate, we see it all. So
don't forget to
Dino,
like.
I'll let you wrap it up.
Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And always, don't you ever forget. What's the quote? Go ahead and finish it out for us.
Remember, chat, stay delusional.
Stay delusional, baby. Go Birds, go Eagles. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Gang green.